In the early 1950s, Rosalind Franklin was working at King's College London using X-ray crystallography, a cutting-edge method for imaging molecules. He captured Photo 51, a high-resolution diffraction image of DNA. It was striking proof of what we know now as the double helix. That iconic structure? It all started here. And let me tell you, she wasn't just important, she was essential. Without her data, that discovery would not have happened. But you didn't know her name, did you? She died before she could be nominated for a Nobel Prize. And over the decades, the world just moved on. Her legacy faded. This is one of my biggest fears. Being forgotten. Even if I never had anything truly substantial to contribute to the world, I guess, the idea that my existence could just be deleted, essentially, that haunts me. And then there's the pressure to actually do something important. But what if you've done nothing until it's too late? Today, we're going to talk about something a little different. This is the Media Guy, and this is the legacies of the small moments. Not to brag, my dear viewers, but I had and have an entire library of video games and a following on Dreams. And I have to say, I figured I'd be rolling in more praise and appreciation from people who found my account and enjoy my work. I thought maybe one day I could collect my following and send them off to some other game engine that I'd be working on for the rest of my game dev career. Oh. But my account was deleted. My PS4 is a burning hunk of garbage that keeps shutting down, and now I have to throw it out, along with all my old data, accounts, and creations that I've made over the past 3 years of my life. Okay. I'll just recover my account on another PS4 and pick up where it left. Oh dear. I can't recover my account either. Welp, that's all, folks. 3 years of my life down the toilet. Goodbye. Okay, in all seriousness, losing my creations and my following devastated me. You see, I had been working on my magnum opus, my masterpiece, my own professional 2 to 3 hour, highly polished horror comedy experience. It's actually the same one I referenced in my first ever video, which you can totally go watch and, hit the like button. And I kid you not, making that game was the most infuriating yet satisfying experience of my entire creative journey. And I kid you not, once more, I was 5 days from releasing it. After years of development, years of remakes, and years of giving up only to pull myself back up again, only when I was 5 days away from the finish line, it was gone. All of it. The only remains being the teasers and small demo I had released. And for the next couple of days, and honestly still now, I've just had this pit in my stomach. Years of the most difficult development process with the potential to become my legacy on Dreams as the guy who made Smile Protocol. And to have it all vanish before my eyes. Those first 2 days after it is all said and done were genuinely the most depressed and empty days of my life. I didn't just watch gigabytes of data disappear from my dying PlayStation. I watched a major part of my life and a remnant of my personality die along with it. And there was nothing I could do about it. However, in a strange twist, I suddenly began to feel like it didn't die. It just disappeared. It's a feeling I can't fully describe, but it is such a feeling of relief and gratitude. Even though I can't continue working on them, my creations are still out there, still playable by other dreamers. My presence on Dreams, it remains, still for now, and maybe for as long as the universe is around. And I thought, this was my legacy. I never needed to make this massive, big game as my magnum opus, even though it totally was. I had already cemented my legacy. The guy who provided a bunch of small, turn your brain off and have a great time games. I still exist. Alright, admit it. Whenever we post something online, there's that little part of us that hopes someone sees it. If not, why did you post it at all? And whether it's a goofy meme, a song, a YouTube video, or just a comment on someone else's post, you're putting a piece of yourself out there. And that piece says, this was me. This is how I thought, or felt, or created. Now, I'm not saying it's immortal. Stuff gets buried, forgotten, accounts get deleted. But that doesn't mean it didn't matter. You never know who saw it, who remembered it, who was affected by it. Even a tiny moment online can leave a ripple. That video you posted, it could be saved in someone's playlist. That old comment you made, it might have made someone laugh on a bad day. All those uploads, they're like time capsules, a record of who you were at that moment. So yeah, maybe it won't be seen by millions, maybe it won't be remembered forever. But for someone, somewhere, it might be. Have you done anything you think is worth being remembered? If not, then I'm sorry to tell you, but nobody likes martyrs. You might not realize it yet, but everything you do, everyone you talk to, every one of your friends, online or offline, your family, everyone will remember you for who you were. Even if you died tomorrow, you will be remembered as someone who made others laugh, who gave advice, who helped other people in their times of need, who was there. Because in reality, it's not about the scale of what you've done, but how others internalize it. You may have had a conversation with a friend who was struggling, and even if all you did was give some advice or just listen, that friend will remember you as the one who helped them through their toughest days. In the end, you don't need to save the world. You don't need to invent the next sci-fi spaceship that'll take us all to the edge of the universe. You don't even need to have helped your own hometown that much. Everything you've done with or for the people around you has left a version of you in their heads. And no matter what they see you as, maybe the one who's quiet, or the one who's loud and mean, or the one who's kind and calm, you will have been remembered. Just with that, you've achieved the very thing thought to be the most difficult task ever. You've gone down in history. Even if it's just the history of someone else's life, even if it's just the history of a family member, you will be remembered. Life, at the end of the day, is all about connections. The memories we share, the practices and traditions we pass down to the next generation and the next and the next. When someone, maybe even you, dies, they haven't suddenly been erased from the minds and hearts of the people who knew them. It's the legacies of the small moments. At the end of the day, even if you lose everything, even if you die or disappear, you've already left so many things behind, in people, in moments, and in memories. Even if all you did was make video games in your bedroom, that's enough. That's legacy.